choose how you want to die. What activity? You can choose one activity and just use that activity for forever. That can be your thing. And if you want to be on the phones, awesome. You go do that. And I will applaud you. Or you can tap into these communities and go to the events and go have fun and go be around your peers and build a referral network that way. Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to Mic'd Upstate. I'm your host, KT Temple, and we got an awesome episode for you guys today. We actually have a guest to talk to us about KW Young Professionals, or KWYP. We're really excited because we are launching this here in the next few months. So I thought it'd be a good idea to bring on our new president for the Upstate New York area. We've got Shaemar Cherew-Gordon on. What's up, man?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. So before we get into that, let's tell a little bit about yourself. So how long have you been an agent? And just talk to us a little bit about your business and where you're located.
Yeah, definitely. So I've been licensed for April will be my 5th year, the end of my 5th year, technically. I'm based out of Rochester, New York. I've only ever been with Keller Williams. I love it here. I'm super, super involved in the real estate community locally. I just got elected to our board of directors for our Greater Rochester Association of Realtors. So that 3-year term starts in January.
They make you sign up for 3 years?
Yeah. So that's
longer than community college.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a 3-year commitment, 3-year term. So it's super exciting, though, finally giving the board a young perspective, which is really important to me. So
yeah. So great. So tell us about what KWYP is.
Yes. KWYP essentially is a community within Keller Williams. The target age group is anybody under 40. The group is focused on building the leaders of today, like our next generation of leaders, right? Like the people that are going to really pave the way for the real estate industry for the next, 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years. So the target range is anybody under 40. And we really want to focus on, business leadership and wealth building. That's like our main biggest things.
Awesome. And so if I'm an agent and I'm just thinking about joining, convince me. Why am I joining?
Well, I always tell people, what do you want to get out of your business? Like, how can we help you grow? Because there's so much you can get out of KWYP, because there's so many different side pieces to it. So it's really dependent on like each person. So for me, for example, what sold me on YP was getting to know agents across the country on a more like intimate level almost. Like it's not like I'm just going to family reunion, right? And I'm meeting hundreds of people. Like KWYP, although there's like a good amount of members, when you meet with KWYP, whether it be over Zoom or even in person, you're meeting these people multiple times a year and you're building stronger relationships with them. It's almost like a virtual brokerage almost, like my people in Rochester, all the agents that I know from my office, I've got great relationships with them. Same with the KWYP members, because we just know each other and we're with each other constantly. So for me, that was really important to my business, is just getting to know and build really good relationships with other people all across the country, not just in Rochester.
Yeah, something that, became very, very apparent during COVID is how isolating our business can be. And, especially if you're young in this group, I don't think it's ridiculous to say that real estate's often an old boys club. The average age of an agent is 57 years old.
Yeah.
If you're, and I don't know if you saw, we were talking about the average age of a home buyer at one of our KWYP calls the other day, and it was 37, 38. They just raised it to 40 within the year.
Yeah, I saw that. It was the NAR predictions or whatever it was, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's crazy.
And they had just raised it. They had just raised it to 37, and now it's raised to 40. So you think about like somebody who, you know, I was 21 when I got licensed,
right?
And you go to these things, and they're like, call your database. I'm like, why? My database is trying to figure out how to afford rent. They're not even thinking about buying a house. And it wasn't until I got into these communities and learned how to talk to people in that age group, how to really understand their struggles and help them get into home purchasing. It's not going to be as quick as, you know, somebody calling their database who is in that average home buying range. These are going to be conversations that you're going to have for years. And I thought that was like such a valuable perspective that I got from YP is how to nurture all these relationships at a young age.
Yeah, no, and that's huge, because nurturing those relationships at a young age and building your business like that is only going to help you grow your business in the early stages of your career, which really sets you up for the future, right? Like most agents, you know, once they make it through their first year, 2 years, they're going to see, as long as they're doing everything they should be, they're going to see their business double like year over year. So I'm in year 5 now, right? I've doubled every single year minus my first and my second year, because that was just a weird year.
0 times 0 isn't a lot. So
what's that?
0 times 0 isn't a lot. That's what I learned from my first year.
Yeah, right. But you know, it's super, super important, and you can, like, YP, like, you're meeting with these people from all across the country, like I said, at different, you know, times of the year, and they have different markets and different strategies, and you'll pick up on what might be working in, you know, Tampa, Florida, for example, or Colorado or Washington or anywhere, you know, and it could be something that you're like, I don't think anybody's ever tested that in our market before, you know? So like in Rochester, for example, which is where I got the golden letter thing from a YP member, Will Van Winkler, I think is his name. He's like huge.
Sounds like a storybook character. Oh, that's the name.
Huge on golden letters. So I really leveraged like any of the calls he was doing, any of the events he was doing, and reading up onto the golden letter things. And that's what helped me start my geo farming in the Rochester area.
Yeah, I think another thing that's really great is the referral network that's really built into KW.
Yeah.
And that, like, I got to nerd out constantly. You know, I always have to bring up tech for some reason.
Yeah.
There's we have this cool referral network built into Command, our CRM platform.
Right.
And you're able to search by designations. And so you get that KWYP by your name. And I mean, since we just launched it, we tested it in the upstate New York area. Do you remember how many people popped up as options?
Like 3.
3, that's exactly right. In the entire region, 3 people were there. So that means if I'm big into this community and I always go to YP, well, for the past few years, I've only had 3 options. You know, Shay and then 2 other people.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, guys, you missed the boat because we're going to bump those numbers up real fast there. Shay's not going to get this monopoly he's had for so long.
We need some people in Buffalo if you're out there listening.
Yeah. And so that's the other thing is that they've got these Facebook groups too.
Yeah.
And Shay, you were talking about like, you know, we go into these Facebook groups and everybody's like, I need somebody in Oneonta. I need somebody in, you know, Syracuse. I need this agent. And there was just no one to service a lot of these leads. And, you know, you were having a middleman.
And what we noticed, this is actually really funny. So what Rachel's in the Albany area. What Rachel and I noticed was we were tagging each other and we're like, is this close to you? Is this close to you? And it's really not close to either of us. So then we're like, sorry, you know, and
what I've really learned in my short time learning about upstate New York is no one really understands the geography of upstate New York. I keep asking you guys like, hey, how far away is this? They're like, I don't know, I've never been there. I'm like, so cool. So what else should people know about, you know, like pricing? How much is it to get in? And some of the events that are coming up that they should get on it. and go ahead and make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest event that's coming up is going to be Money Mastery with Courtney. She's doing that. That's like a regional thing, but it's also like a YP thing. They've been pushing it out for KWYP as well. So that's coming up starting, I think, next week or the week after. I forget the exact date. And then our Rochester area, our Upstate New York chapter, we are actually going to do a meet KWYP happy hour meet and greet type thing, just to get anybody that maybe in the area or the people that are in Rochester. We're gonna meet up and chit chat with people and try and build our network here. That's going to be on the 19th of November. We're working on a launch plan to fully launch our chapter, so we don't have a date on that yet. But pricing it varies. So there's different pricing models. If you are market center staff, you have a little bit different of a fee. If you're a team leader, you have a different fee. And then if you're an agent on a team, there's a different fee. The generic one is $39 a month. And we actually have a discount code for 10% off your first month. So I can get that to anybody that's interested in that.
And so I want to make it really clear, less than one, you get one referral for the year.
And it pays
that made it all worth it, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then some.
And then some. Yeah, absolutely. And again, you get what you want out of it, right? Like a lot of people will say, oh, it's a monthly fee. It's a monthly fee. But if you're showing up to what you're being provided for free, like these masterminds and these networking events, and then say you're in town for family reunion, you go to Atlanta, right? We have our special breakouts. Every year, KWYP does something called a national summit. Last year, the summit was in Chicago. It was like the best thing ever, right? Because you're just getting together with all of your friends in one central area, and you're networking, you're brainstorming ideas. It's like a mid-year business plan almost, and that's in May of every year. So like stuff like that, it's you show up how you want to show up. And if you need help with anything, right? Like you hop on these mastermind calls and you say, hey guys, I'm struggling. Like it's end of Q2 and I'm not anywhere near my goals for, Q1 or Q2. These people on these calls are going to truly help you get to those goals, and they're going to hold you accountable too. It's not like, it's not like somebody says, oh, I'll help you. And then they don't. They will, they'll really hold you accountable. So.
Yeah, it was great. My first year, I feel like I had the normal year where I sold I think maybe 3 homes. I don't even know if it was that. It might have just been 2.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't been in these communities, I doubt I would still be here right now.
Right.
And so often I hear people go, well, I'm struggling. I can't do that. That's probably the best time to get into it when you're struggling. Because if you're a young person trying to get into real estate, and again, KWYP is meant for 40 under. The average home buyer is 40.
Exactly.
I mean, what what an amazing group to get into, to say, okay, I'm not even to the age range where people are buying homes. I got to tap into something.
Right.
And I also love to share that, on the team I'm on, the Temple team down in Charlotte, 56% of all of our business is referral based. And it's because we tap into these communities. And so guess what we don't have to do, Shay? I don't have to call for sale by owners.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
I'm not going to. I'm not calling expireds. Yep. It'd be great if I did that, but I don't want to. We have enough business to be able to do it the way we're doing by tapping into these communities. I think one of the great things about this industry, again, is that, and this might be a little too morbid, but choose how you want to die. What activity? You can choose one activity and just use that activity for forever. That can be your thing. And if 100%. You want to be on the phones, awesome. You go do that. And I will applaud you. Or you can tap into these communities and go to the events and go have fun and go be around your peers and build a referral network that way. And I think that's such a great way to live your life in prospering in this industry.
I mean, it's huge. Like people also, like I've noticed people that I've met through KWYP, there's an agent in Florida. His name's Carson Younger, and he actually is killing it on social media with like reels and videos. And it's not even like real estate related sometimes. It is like, oh, they're building a bridge. Oh, they're building this building. Oh, they're doing this to make the flow of
But
traffic better.
that is real estate though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, technically
you're the local area expert. If you're in real estate, it's not just knowing how to fill out a contract. I'm sure you can figure that out. Where your true value comes is being the one that's showing up to the Chamber of Commerce meetings, that's showing up to the planning meetings and knowing that stuff. And until somebody told me that, I never thought about real estate in that way.
Right. Yeah. Completely agree.
Cool, man. Well, anything else that you want to leave everybody with, or is there any stories about YP that you've experienced that you would like to share?
I'm trying to think. I think I've shared most of like my stories, that I've got. But like the biggest thing is if you're considering it, you will have any more questions, I mean, reach out anytime, literally anytime at all. I'm more than happy to, hop on a phone call, text you back and forth, answer any questions, get you signed up, get you involved. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing, is get involved now before it's,
We'll get involved now while we're doing all the fun launch stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Don't get involved later when me and Shay have been doing this 2 years and we don't care as much.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Awesome, Shay. Well, dude, I really appreciate your time. Guys, please reach out to myself, Shay. You can find, we're going to add a page on here at KWUpstateNewYorkRegion.com to find out more information about it. But again, just if you have questions, you want to figure out where to go, just reach out to us. We'll have all the information for you and help get you signed up. And hopefully this will make a difference in your business. Shay, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, how would they do so?
You can text or email me. You want me to give my phone number?
It's up to you. Some people are crazy and they just drop their phone number.
You can Google me. I'm kidding. It's 585-261-9547. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Perfect. Thank you again for your time, Jeff.
Thanks.